Hello. I think we're back.
Oh my God.
We're about to find out.
Dylan, you're the worst.
I am the
engineer.
worst. I
That is hilarious.
stopped the broadcast.
He was so hyped that he slammed the keyboard and stopped the broadcast. So this is the type of thing that if we had an actual like following, that would get memed to hell.
We're back. We're back. We
What
just have
did
to hope
I-
everybody else can find us again.
That's hilarious. And you didn't even spell review right. Oh, this is officially the worst.
I spelt it right.
Okay, well the grammar is atrocious.
The RE, that's because this is the re-review, right? The original video was supposed to have a review. And then
It's because this review is on RE Engine.
I accidentally
See-
pressed the space bar and that stopped the broadcast. This time I'm putting it up there. This way, if I hit it there.
You disgust me.
I
This is why we'll never succeed as entertainers. Yeah, this is the reason.
this is the
This is
reason.
the only reason.
This was the final nail in the coffin.
That is actually hilarious, though.
Because we're like, and because
I gotta listen to how that ended. I'm gonna pull it up right now. That was
just mid.
all right. Let's see.
I would say
I hate my voice.
I never played that. Finally, are gonna talk about.
All right, here we go.
He didn't watch it with us, but now that it's glazed over, since he's not here tonight, it's a perfect opportunity to
It
talk
is.
about it. So we went to see it. When I
It was pretty jarring. I know. It was. That's it's it's how you immerse yourself in our channel.
Yeah.
We're talking about horror movies,
How do
horror
we
games.
how do we even recover from
We
that?
threw a jump scare in there to scare you guys.
Yeah.
But anyways, we went to see it. When we went, I
You see, you don't even know what you're gonna say.
I know where I'm going. I had not. I watched the Iron Lung videos when they originally came out on Markiplier's channel. Speaking of Iron Lung, movie made by the YouTuber Markiplier.
Who's that?
He is a really famous YouTuber who got famous.
Why don't we
playing
give him a
horror
shout
games.
out? He might benefit from.
Go check him out, guys. He's pretty cool. He's a little.
If you haven't heard of
small.
Markiplier,
He's kind of small time.
let's go.
Uh,
Let's go raid his.
Yeah,
his
let's
channel.
guys. Let's
Yeah,
go.
let's-
We're gonna go raid it right now. But when we went to see it, I had not watched the Iron Lung videos since they came out. Versus the two people I went with, they had like just refreshed it, like they were ready to go, and I was like, I'm still pretty. I don't remember much, so that's where we were going with that,
Yeah.
and that's
So this is. I mean, we can't talk about anything that hasn't already been discussed.
yeah.
And ad nauseum by all the people that have looked into this, but it's an incredibly impressive film for what it is because Markiplier did a huge percent of the work himself. I mean, he Tommy
Funded
Wiseau'd
it.
it. He funded it. He starred in it. He wrote it,
Directed it.
directed it, and he did like most of the editing. And I just watched he did an interview where he had his own render farm in his house because it was cheaper than like paying people to do it. So like he half his house or something like that was just
Turned
like
into a render farm.
turned into a render farm with like equipment that he slowly bought over a course of period of time. And he had like cooling like fans constantly on because it was like 100 degrees in
Jeez.
there. Like, so it's the dedication that he had for this and the discipline is on another level. And he was saying in an interview that he had pretty much spent his whole career as a YouTuber prepping himself for this. Like he didn't know what he wanted to do, but he knew he wanted to do it like a movie.
Do something. Yeah.
And he wanted to like he knew that he wasn't going to get cast like an actor, so he
His power bill
Yeah.
jumped to like a few $1,000s per month from the render farm.
a few $1,000s a month from the render farm.
That's
So,
crazy.
and he ended up, yeah, he's still doing that was still cheaper. Like he did the math than like paying to outsource that work.
And like, I mean, you can kind of see it if you have watched him in the past, you can kind of see him delving his foot into, uh, creative films like when he did
He's done a lot of
Markiplier in
short
Space.
films. He's done a lot of stuff like that.
Mm-hmm. Who
It's
Killed
so
Markiplier?
yeah. Ultimately, the final estimated budget was like just shy of 3 million or around 3 million. Huge Cinderella success story. I think it topped out somewhere like close to 40 million, something like that. Huge return. He split basically 50-50 profits with all the theaters. So they made a bunch of money on it. He made a bunch of money on it. Everyone involved got a fat bonus, he said. And it was like really a labor of love, and it came across in the film.
I thought it was a great film.
Yeah. About the film itself, not about him. I would definitely give it, I would somewhere about 7.5 out of 10, I think.
Yeah, and I mean, I'll admit it now. This is the hard part about reviewing this film, about talking about this film. I am biased. I think everybody I went with is too. Like we are fans of him, and so I don't know how good this would be to somebody who's never watched
Or
who isn't a fan of Markiplier.
I think that even if you're not a fan of Markiplier, I think you could find enjoyment of this. I think where it's going to lose people is the eldritch horror aspect of it.
Uh-huh.
It's very much a film that sells you on the scary part being not knowing what is happening.
Yeah.
So it can be confusing. There could be a lot going on, and you really don't have any
answers
by
the end of the film.
And they don't really want to give you them either.
Yeah.
Like I think they're encouraging discussion. They're encouraging you to theorize things. But there's no real resolution. There's no answers on whether or not anything he did was worth it. We don't even know 100% if like the last 30 minutes of the movie, and this isn't spoiler because this is all just theory.
Yeah.
We don't even know if he's alive at the end, or if we don't know if this is all in his head. It's so much out there to just be maybe this is what happened.
Yeah.
That I can definitely see that that being a turnoff for casual viewers. I think you have to be kind of a unique kind of horror fan to enjoy this, and maybe even like a sci-fi fan.
Yeah, I would agree. I think because I spent a lot of time thinking about what would what percentage or what point value was me liking Markiplier? What did that add to the film? Versus if I were to try to detract that out. I think you nailed it pretty spot on. I think it would probably be like a 7.
No.
7.5. Because I think it's a fantastic sci-fi horror film. We don't get enough of those. We get Alien every now and again.
Yeah.
But it's only Alien.
We don't have to get into it, but I just watched Annihilation for the first time.
Okay.
There are certain parts of that that I really enjoy. Certain parts.
I did not like it as a whole, but
we don't have to get. That's not for this.
No,
that's not for
this. But Iron Lung, really enjoyed it. One of my favorite things actually is the Eldritch Horror part. That's not my favorite part. I would say it's kind of the unknown. What you were touching on, that's what I really enjoyed about it because it's so similar to Dead Space, and it tickles that part of my brain, and so it's that further ties back into I think the general audience. I don't know if they have that part of their brain. That makes them sound.
Wow, I don't know if they have a developed brain.
I don't know. No, but I don't know if they we
if
find
they have the same
enjoyment in
preference
that. Yeah.
that you do. Yeah. So there are certain things about it that would be tough to digest as a casual viewer. One is there is just essentially, other than voiceovers and minor things here and there, it's pretty much just one person the whole film. Markiplier his acting is serviceable. In the beginning, I don't know like the order in which he filmed
Yeah.
these things, because making a movie could be all over the place for all we know. But I will say that he didn't really come into his own until the stakes ramped up.
Yeah.
He's really good at portraying someone that's stressed, and like that needs to be at like a level 10 intense.
Yeah.
He's really good at that. Where he struggles, I think, a little bit is when he's being like quiet or introspective. His acting feels very YouTuber still to me. And it's not until the stakes raise, the action ramps up, where like I'm like, okay, this he can sell.
Well, and it's like you kind of what you're mentioning when the stakes ramp up. That's when you lose the illusion of, oh, that's Markiplier. Like
Yeah.
he starts to become Sam, or I forget what the character's name was.
Yeah, prisoner.
Prisoner.
They
That's when
always
he-
just call him prisoner.
Yeah, that's when he starts to become that character. Versus, like you said, in the quieter moments, it is kind of almost like more of a YouTube
Yeah.
type of.
I wouldn't
acting.
go so far as to say like bad acting.
No,
Not bad. Like it's just,
it's different.
I think also a part of it is because he is such a big internet personality that works against him in some ways. But I think that for a major outing in the way that is, it works just fine.
What did you
Yeah.
think on the runtime?
I think we could have trimmed that, if we're being honest.
I do too.
I think that the first, because the movie in itself is it like 2 hours,
I want to say it was like 2.5.
2.5. I think that the first hour and a half until things really start to ramp up, I really do think that you could have trimmed that down to about a half hour or so, and it would still be just as effective.
Or it's 2 hours, just 2
Yeah.
hours.
Okay, then I would say the first hour could be about a half hour. Then you have an hour and a half movie. The reason one is because he is the only person on set that it's hard to stick with someone like that unless they got the chops. Like unless they're like a Daniel Day-Lewis in there, it's
Yeah.
hard to really sell that. And then two, because it's based on a game and he was very loyal to that game, there's a lot of aspects about it where he's just doing like game shit, where he's
Yeah.
like charting courses, he's looking at the devices,
And it's like
he's-
that's cool to
that's
see.
cool in the
but
game.
they went-
It's cool to see, but they didn't need to extend it as long as they
They
did.
went a long ways with it. And then
Yeah.
like from what I remember, there's a few scenes where it's like I don't know, they linger on certain aspects that I didn't think they needed to. Like they
Right.
spent a long time on just like him asking about ramming the creature. And It's
Yeah.
like you can question it once, but then let's
Hmm.
go on.
Yeah,
Or well, at that point he doesn't know it's a creature, right? But
yeah.
ramming the skeleton.
He like also he goes down, he freaks out, goes up, he radiates that person, then he goes down again. Like it's not like those things weren't entertaining, but like in the overall like arc, was it needed? Like we're never gonna get a sequel to this. Like this
Yeah.
was like they intentionally had it the way it was. Did we need 20 minutes where he's talking about he's sorry for radiating somebody?
Exactly.
You know what I mean? Like that's not necessarily like we don't need that as a
to
viewer.
show that he's like a good
like he's a good guy. Like I would have believed he's a good guy just based on like the flashbacks.
Yeah.
I don't think we needed him to feel remorse for accidentally radiating somebody.
and I understand the radiation thing.
Yeah.
I understand what the point of that scene is so that you realize that's not a skeleton.
yeah,
That's something that
they could have easily said like in the very beginning, this camera takes photos like with radiation or whatever.
yeah.
And they could have done that without having the whole like him accidentally radiating some. So yes, there are moments like that. But man, there I actually was feeling like I was holding my breath at the end with like the blood.
Well-
This set the record for the most amount of blood most amount of artificial blood ever used in a film. And
Got it
I
in his eye.
yeah, and I think that they definitely needed it for what they're doing.
And I have to say, I really like talking about the end, the stakes. I think it felt it like sometimes stakes annoy me if they're done stupid. Like any movie, if you don't explain it well, you run the risk of me being like, that's just stupid. Why did
Right.
whatever. But I really liked how they handled this with like the time rush and like he's like running out of oxygen and you're like, oh fuck. Like, is
Yeah.
he gonna make it? Like, what the
Mm.
fuck? And so I think they handled that really well of the escalation of tension. And then so what were your thoughts, spoiler alert, of like, because I know and that when he goes to the alien light, right, and he glimpses the other universe or what, I don't, whatever
Yeah.
that is, you and I know that that is an alternate ending in the game.
Right.
Do you think that was needed? Like that kind of felt out of place, kind of.
I think it was like fan service.
Fan service.
Yeah. And not unfortunately, but the reality of making a video game movie is you have to have
Yeah.
fan service because you're making the movie for the fans of that game. So I get why they did it. And I get why they made all these decisions because ultimately at the end of the day, if you really loved this game or you loved watching Markiplier play it back when he did, this is what they wanted to see.
Yeah.
I'm just looking at it from the
'Cause
lens.
As a fan,
Yeah.
I enjoyed seeing that because
Yeah.
I was like, "Oh, that's cool. That's the alternate ending." But then it's
Right.
also like that also makes it a lot more confusing.
Yeah.
Like if you see that
I'm
and you
looking
don't
at
know,
it like if I'm talking about it from the lens of someone that's just watching this to watch a movie.
Yeah.
That's where all these like things are rising up from. And that's why I think it's not for everybody, for sure.
what would you rate it, Reno Astro Guy, if you're still out there? Curious.
A 2
A 2. It's horrible. Hated it.
out of 2. It's amazing.
Oh,
It's either good or bad, 1 or 2. There
that's
is
how
no
I rate
in
my
between.
films.
I really like for one, I like the ending. Oh, you already said spoiler alert,
Yeah.
but I really am a fan of like stressful, intense things in like action and horror films. So I like when it's completely flooded down there, he can't see, and he has to like basically swim with his
Through
eyes
blood.
shut through blood to retrieve something. And he comes up, and he's just like drenched, like that in a weird way. Like I enjoy watching stuff like that for some reason.
It's
and
good horror.
I like good horror. I'm more of a fan of people that overcome
Yeah, I like.
evil or horror or whatever. I like seeing the good guys win. I'm just like that. And I think that's why I like Resident Evil so
Yeah.
much. So I'm not a huge fan of like Sam Raimi, his movies. Like the good guys generally for the most part always die at the end.
Mhm.
Not really a fan of that. Like it's entertaining, but I'd like my good guys to survive. But for the type of movie this was, and based on the game it wasn't at all unexpected.
No.
Like how it was gonna end.
And I want to touch on real quick since we're talking about the ending. That's when you really get to see the creature. The creature design, fucking sick.
Cool.
Fucking sick.
Yeah, that was good.
It's like this giant humanoid fish thing with teeth everywhere. And it ends with a cliffhanger. I mean, not a cliffhanger, but ends with like there's
Ambiguity,
Hope. There's hope for the future, maybe.
maybe.
This
We
was,
don't even know for sure.
yeah, we don't even know what data was on that. the
He
black
sacrificed
box.
himself for some data that his probation officer basically was
Yeah.
like that really wanted, you know?
We need that data.
Yeah.
Why?
Yeah.
We
I
don't know.
mean, it's Eldritch Horror, so we definitely know that, like, for all we know, they're in some kind of Eldritch God hell, you know?
Yeah.
So there may be no getting out. Like, it's, it's
I do the lore on this.
Yeah.
We'll talk about it in a second. I want to
ambiguous.
read this. Reno Astro Guy. I'm a huge fan of Mark through And a lot of my appreciation comes from knowing how the process went on his end. The dedication to it was insane, and I could tell how much went into it after seeing it. Yeah, you can feel. I mean, and this is the part too. You know, we're fans of him, so you can feel how much like love and care he put into it.
Yeah, I'll respect anybody that puts that amount of effort into it. And we talked about it briefly in the beginning. The amount of stuff that he did to get this to happen, you just don't see anymore. I think it's a huge win for indie films.
I mean, I want to talk about for a second, the theaters. So
Yeah.
this originally was only going to be in like, I think it was like 60 theaters, or I don't know. It was
It was like less than that. He
Yeah.
had like one dedicated theater, and then like he was like, "We're gonna try everywhere," and he's just like, he has the advantage of having like a big following, of course. So he is able to accomplish more than like your average filmmaker could. But he basically just told his audience like, "Hey, if you want this in the theater near you, ring them up, and we'll
and
let."
they did.
And they did, and they basically inquired with, I don't know, his agents or whatever, like, "Can you send us the film?" And he's like, "You got it." And they just like sent it to 4,000 theaters across the globe.
It's wild. Like, and to
Yeah.
think we live in a. I mean, it's a biggish town. I mean,
Yeah.
not really, not compared to some.
We're mid-sized.
We're mid-sized.
Not big city, but we're there.
I was surprised it was here.
Yeah.
Like, there are other movies and other things that we don't get because of we're a smaller mid-sized town, but we got it in
Yeah.
our hometown, and that blew my mind.
We
when I
got
was
it for
like,
2
"Oh, shoot."
weeks too,
Yeah,
and they played in all the theaters. It made a bunch of money. It was #1 for like a couple days. Huge success all around. And I was watching an interview with Markiplier, and the person had asked him like, had you ever considered like this, was this going to be a YouTube movie? And he's like, no, I always knew that I wanted to make like a theatrical film, and I knew that this was going to be that from the beginning. And he's like, I don't care. I didn't care if it was in theaters for a week at one theater or it played at 4,000 theaters. Like, this is what I wanted. So he never made this with the intention of like it being a YouTube video. It was always going to be that
or
film. And
major
he,
motion picture.
like, he put the effort into that. And I personally, I hope that because he, you know, it was such a success, I'd love to see him adapt some other small indie game into a movie.
Right?
Like, I would love to, but I know that that was such a huge portion of his life, and so like I wouldn't be opposed to him just taking on a bigger crew.
Yeah.
You know, and so he's not so
Not doing the whole
swamped.
thing. One thing
I worry about his friendships and
Yeah.
his marriage.
One thing that you reminded me of is that how faithful he is to the game. We get quite a few video game movies, and they're all fucking ass.
Yeah.
Not all of them, but most of them.
Well, the creator of the game, he involved him heavily
Yeah.
in the process.
That's what you should do.
Yeah, he credited him as a writer and everything. Like, it was like, if I was an indie game developer, my goal would be to get somebody like him to play it.
Yeah.
That's what I like him or Jacksepticeye or whatever. Like, I would make a game hoping that they would play it. So
Put Easter eggs for them.
yeah.
I've seen some people do that on games he's played.
Yeah.
But overall, great film.
Yeah.
I'd go see it again.
I would too if it came out. I
Yeah.
mean, it's eventually it'll come to streaming somewhere.
It's gonna be interesting what
I
that
don't
whole deal is
know.
gonna be.
Whereas it's not going to be.
Do you think YouTube?
I doubt it'd be YouTube. Maybe it will. I don't know. Has he said? Because I think it's going to. I don't know where it's going to stream though. I don't know if it's been announced yet, but whatever platform it's on, I'll definitely be watching it.
It's
once it
getting
comes
digital
out.
DVD and Blu-ray release, with plans to eventually make it available on other platforms. Yeah,
So it's
that
still
tells
kinda
us
vague.
Nothing.
Kind of gray. We'll see what happens. If it releases to YouTube, then cool. But I don't know if that's like his plan. You know. So all in all, if you're a Markiplier, if you're a Markiplier fan, then it's, I think, a must see. If you are like a fan of like passion projects, especially like in the horror genre, I would say give this a shot.
and sci-fi.
Yeah, and sci-fi. If you are a casual viewer, it might get lost.
Yeah.
You might get bored. Yeah, because I wouldn't
'Cause-
even say it's scary enough to keep your attention. It's more like interesting scary
It's a
rather
slow
than in
burn.
your face scary. It's a very slow burn. You're holding that candle for a while before it finally starts to
Hurt you.
hurt you. That's an interesting metaphor.
That's how it should be. The original stream ended, so
You're
this
weird,
isn't gonna
Dylan.
make what I'm weird.
Yeah.
This isn't. It's gonna be weird on a Iron Lung review, and then we're gonna talk about other topics. But I wasn't done.
I wasn't done talking. I mean, for our single digit viewers, Dylan accidentally ended the previous live stream,
Yep.
and it ended
Welcome
awkwardly,
back.
and we had to start over. So we were talking about Resident Evil and
Then we're going Iron Lung.
Starfield and sci-fi in general.
I want to talk about High Guard
High Guard.
because something just got announced today, and
That
is
it's got the most
number one game.
game ever on Steam, and it's doing
It's-
amazing.
They're making a movie out of it. Markiplier's
Yeah,
filming it.
Markiplier's doing it right now. He just wrapped.
He just
It's
wrapped
another
it.
passion project of his.
He loved the game so much that he made a movie in 2 months. No, the game came out in January.
This
Uh,
was the game announced at the Game Awards, by
yes,
the way.
this
This
was-
was their capstone.
And by the way,
Like-
one last thing.
Yeah, this was the biggest game on their roster.
Came out in January. It's officially going to be shut down.
March 12th. It's over.
Isn't that crazy? That's the second game. Like Concord, we thought was wild. Like I thought Concord, I was like, oh wow, they're like fully like pulling the plug. They're doing it on this one too.
Did it again.
And this is the game, like you said, the game they showed at the Game Awards.
This was the Game Awards game.
I-
This was-
So the reason I want to bring it up is because I want to talk about what do you think? Because I have my own ideas, but what do you think the issue is here? Like, why? Why is this the second time we're seeing this happen?
I think hero shooters are just hard to get right. We were talking about it before the stream. Overwatch.
Overwatch, High
Yeah.
Guard.
That's so stupid.
They're the same.
Yeah, Overwatch did a fantastic job in laying out like the blueprint. But for whatever reason, other games can't quite get there with it. Except for we talked about Marvel Rivals is the only one that has been successful, and we think that's more attributed to the fact that Marvel's a massive IP.
Yeah, and you get the brand recognition.
Yeah.
Part of what I think. So this is. I want your opinion on this. What I think the issue is, you have these games coming out like High Guard or Concord.
A
And it's-
marathon, maybe we'll see what happens.
Yeah, we'll see with that one.
Marathon.
Where they're trying, in my opinion, to cash in on a trend. They're trying to follow the trend that just happened with Overwatch and with Marvel Rivals. But my thing is that fan base that like those games, and I would love next time Billy's here to talk to him about it, because I think he was talking about something similar with MMO. That fan base is already so ingrained into Overwatch, Marvel Rivals, that in order to pull them away from those games, you need to make something that much better. It can't be just like a run of the mill plain Jane.
I
hero
think that's part of it for sure. And I also think that when people do this, like we saw this happening with battle royales.
Yeah.
When people cash in on this and they don't put a lot of effort into it, real fans can sniff out like disingenuous things
I played High Guard
easily.
one time and uninstalled it because it's like, ooh, I was like, this one's not.
This
It's
is
not
bad.
gonna make it. Yeah. But no, I agree. I think true fans can really sniff it out, especially if they're a fan of that type of game. And when it comes to these trends like battle royales and the hero shooters and now it's like extraction shooters are
Yeah.
the big thing. I don't know if the fan I think the fan base plateaus at some point.
Yeah.
Like I don't like they want it to keep growing. Like they think there's always going to be we're going to slide into the ecosystem of this game when it's like no, the ecosystem is already at peak like capacity with
Right.
2 games. If you add a third, there's not enough people.
Like, I want some of that.
Yeah, there's not enough people to support your game. And so
I just want games to do what like Resident Evil. It just does what it does very well, and it
Yeah.
doesn't try and like be anything than what it is.
because this
Yeah.
High Guard and Marathon and Concord and I'm sure there's another game too that I can't think of right now. They just reek of like corporate boardroom. Like, what game's making a lot of money right now?
100%.
Overwatch? Why don't we have
Yeah.
that? Let's get working on it, guys.
Yeah.
And then you hear like the stories of Sony. They made the mistake with Concord, but the leaks we got of there's a few other games that they canceled, thankfully, that were of similar vein. Like they were gonna have God of War live service.
Yeah.
The fuck?
Sony, I don't know though. Sony's been all over the place. Like, did you read that they shut down Bluepoint?
Yes,
Why? All their games are
Why?
massive successes.
I know.
And they were like the best company there was at remaking games and like doing. And I would love to have seen like a fresh IP from them, but like,
Weren't they working on something right when they got canceled?
They could have been. I didn't read it
I
too.
can't remember.
But like I played all of the Shadow of the Colossus,
Yeah.
Demon Souls, like they even did like the Uncharted remakes. Like it's just that's like kind of weird, disappointing. And so I don't know. We'll see what happens. I think that I hesitate to say like Microsoft is doing it right either, because they're making a lot of mistakes as well too. But I unfortunately am starting to feel like the future of gaming is not in a console.
It's so interesting what's happening. Like you see, Microsoft is almost giving up. Like I mean, and rightfully so. They're shifting direction towards.
The head of Microsoft Gaming is now that lady whose only experience is like working in AI.
We'll see how that goes.
Yeah.
But before her, they were shifting towards Game Pass. Like they were moving away from consoles and more focusing on the Game Pass and like the ability to have your PC have Game Pass and
Right.
kind of building this library of games, which, in my opinion, and I'm interested on yours, totally beats PlayStation still to this day, and I don't get why.
Yeah.
I like their Game Pass kills PlayStation Plus.
Yeah.
PlayStation Plus sucks compared.
Definitely. I don't know what it is. I think they make so much money that they don't care.
Probably
That's not as
anymore,
good.
whatever.
Xbox lost. They're bleeding.
I have thoughts on Concord too.
Okay. That was Billy.
the
Future game is
savior.
making a TV series out of everything popular, and then a new game about the TV show about the game. Whoa.
Naturally.
We're going to get God of War,
Have you seen
the movie, the game.
It's hard to tell from.
I think that's a horrible photo.
It's hard to tell from one photo.
I agree
Okay,
with
I don't
people.
want to just fall apart after one photo, but that is not a good photo, and I don't know why they chose that.
I don't know
one.
why. It looks like he's shitting.
Yeah, they could have chosen like a hero shot,
Or just him like,
him looking bad. Like, I think that was just a poor choice.
instead he's bent over, slack-jawed
Yeah.
with like, and it just doesn't look good.
Why wouldn't they? Like, they could have easily just recreated the God of War cover.
Yeah. Why not?
Yeah, where he's standing looking like a badass, and then his son is standing like next to him.
I thought the kid looked good.
Yeah, but they could have done that. I don't know why they
Release is
released it the
weird.
way they did. It was weird.
Oh. It doesn't make sense. Atreus looks like 4 years old. He does. He looks really young. I mean, how old is Atreus in the games? He's got to be like 8.
No, he's older than that, isn't he?
Is he a teen? Well, he's probably like
Maybe
pre-teens.
I'm thinking of him in like the second game.
I think he's got to be like 10. Yeah, I thought the kid looked good. At least the outfit.
He disagrees.
He does look young, but I mean, Atreus is supposed to be young, right?
He's 11 in the first God
in
of
the
War.
first God of War.
Well, 2018 God of War, and 14 to 15 in the second one.
I mean, yeah, they could have just got Sonny. No, I'm kidding. I think he was like 10 to 12.
Yeah, he's
Yeah,
11 from
11.
what we just Googled.
I
That kid might look 11. I don't know.
in that photo is not doing any of them justice.
That photo's bad.
Yeah.
All right, we're just going to say it. That photo's bad and it doesn't bode well. I like Ryan Hurst. I do think he's not nearly as massive as he should be. But
Have we heard who the director of this is?
the showrunner,
Yeah,
I have not.
showrunner. I'm looking it up right now.
I think,
Ronald D. Moore,
what has he worked on?
known for Battlestar Galactica, For All Mankind. Okay, I've heard good things about For All Mankind.
I've never heard of For All Mankind.
It's on Apple TV, and it's an alternate universe where the space race never ended.
Huh.
And like I think in this Russia beat the US, and it's like an alternate universe of that. So, but anyways, I guess it's him.
Okay.
And then the director is Frederick Toye. He did Shogun and The Boys.
Okay. So that's like, those are good.
2-season order was confirmed for the series. Jesus Christ, that's so weird to me when they do that.
Yeah, they haven't even seen how it's going
A
to.
2 series or 2 seasons. Yeah, it's gonna do great.
We'll see what happens. I'll keep an eye on it, tentatively, but I'm not super like after that. I know it's hard to judge from one photo,
Yeah,
but like it makes me wonder, like, do they even like care about the character to do that?
yeah. Like
You
why?
know what I mean? Like,
You think they would have pride but it felt like they were just like, let's
Yeah,
give him
it
something,
did.
whatever.
and the original creator of God of War, which
He
he is kind of a piece of shit because he's one of those ones that like is salty that like his creation got taken away from him type of thing, kind of like the Witcher series author.
yeah.
Like you find that a lot with those types of people. But he did say, he's like, I don't understand, it looks like he's shitting in the woods, and he wasn't wrong in this.
No.
This is the only time I've ever agreed with him. I'm like, yeah.
Yeah, he hates, or he openly dislikes the 2018 games.
Yeah.
He said it made Kratos too soft.
He's just mad that the game was better
I know.
than anything he created. I don't get me wrong, I like me some
Rage Kratos?
some Rage Kratos, but I like depth and nuance in
Speaking
my
of-
characters.
The remakes
Yeah.
by Blue Point. Oh, no, I'm kidding.
I was like, what? I don't remember that. Blue Point's original voice actor back.
TC.
TC Carson.
Yep.
Yep.
He's going to be doing great. I'm excited. I think it'll be interesting.
Do you think they'll tone it down? You think they'll get rid of like the sex minigame?
I have no clue. Like, right there's I have so many questions because my first question, what's the combat going to be? Are they
Right.
going to change it, or are they going to keep like it's more arcadey?
I want to see like an update to graphics, and I wouldn't mind seeing like get like the Resident Evil remake treatment, where they refine things to the modern era, but keep it like
How it
keep the
was.
soul.
Like maybe you could. The closest I can think is like Devil May Cry.
Yeah,
Like
to like that type of gameplay.
that type of gameplay. That's similar enough to God of War, and I feel like Devil May Cry, they're still like when you play one of their newer games, it feels
Yeah.
good. Like it doesn't feel outdated. But that's the first one, as I want to know what the heck they're gonna do there, and then also like I said, are they gonna tone it down? Are they gonna make it, less sexual, less
Yeah.
gory?
I
I
don't
hope
think
not.
they'd make it less gory. I think that if anything, games can get away with more gore now than they
Yeah.
used to. And sex in games is proven time and time again that it's not a big deal.
Yeah,
I think that what they would lean away from is now creators are more aware of like what kind of message something sends if something's like misogynistic or like things like rape and like
yeah.
like they're more aware of like what that is like now than they used to be.
Hey,
But-
guys,
Hey.
you want any input on Commodore VIC 64 or whatever it is?
Yeah.
Love you guys.
Hey. he's bragging
So
now.
proud about it.
Yeah, he's out there like laughing about it.
Um,
That was
did you
what were we talking
hear
about?
the leak
What leak?
around God of War 2?
No.
Not God of War 2, but like there's a leak that just came out. I just saw it yesterday or today that I don't know how to feel about it. The next game or one that they're working on. I don't know if this is mainline or whatever, but the next game is going to be about Freya. Or not Freya.
Oh, I
no,
did
no, no.
see that.
Faye.
His second wife.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it's not going to be combat focused.
It's gonna be a
Telltale game.
choice. I was gonna say a narrative-driven, choice-based experience, like Quantic Dream.
So I'm open to it, but like my main issues with it, I don't want to go back in time. Like I'm so excited for the future of this universe that it kind of bugs me to like.
Is it a prequel?
Yeah, I don't. Especially if it's the mainline game.
Well, yeah, but
That's my only like hesitation. Like is like I don't want to go back. I want to see.
I thought we'd be playing as like an adult Atreus. Like,
Give me an Atreus game.
yeah,
But again, I don't know if this is the mainline game or just one that's like, it's the next, it's coming out next because
right.
they were working on it during God of War Ragnarok or something. I don't know. And then the non-action focused. I don't know how I feel about that for a God of War game.
Yeah, I'm sure the creator is rolling. I was gonna say in his grave, but he's still
Yeah,
alive.
he's still alive. He's seething.
He's seething right now. He's so mad.
Did you try the God of War the side scroller?
The one that just like surprise launched.
Yeah,
I have not.
Sons of Sparta.
Yeah, did you?
I did.
I
I
heard that like if you like God of War, you'll probably like it, but as far as like the type of game it is, it's not as strong as other games in that genre.
100% agree with everything you said. Silk Song, Hollow Knight. That's a side scroller like at the top of its fucking game. Polished, great. This feels like
We didn't even get a chair.
I was a squat.
I was like, that's
the whole time.
that's beefy.
Um,
There's some musk in that room.
Yeah. Well, that's what it always smells like. You're just normally not.
in here.
You're normally in it with us.
I felt like it's a good game. From what I've played so far, I've seen some of the complaints, and so far I can feel it. Like people say that you get the movement abilities a little too late into the game.
Yeah.
I'm already starting to feel it of like, okay, you want me to run slowly between all these different places? But I'll go back to it. I got sidetracked by Starfield. So Starfield's way better. What's up, Billy?
My dad came here with a hard opinion.
Commodore
I
64.
said, go in there and say Concord 2. Then I heard him say Commodore 64.
Which was a real console.
Yeah.
It is.
Is it fair to call it a console, or is it like it's a PC?
The Commodore 64, I mean, all the consoles are is a PC essentially, but
That one was upgradable.
Commodore 64 came
Modifiable.
out in
1964?
no 1982. $250 at that time.
So, Billy, you said you had thoughts about Concord. Did you hear what we were talking about with like High Guard?
With High Guard, yeah. It's Concord 2.
It's closing.
No, I know that.
That's
yeah.
crazy to me.
I know.
like,
Jeff
I
Keighley
mean-
or whatever his name is, like, got so much flack for using that spot to give to them.
He
Appar-
gave it to them
for
for
free.
free.
For free,
Yeah.
Yeah,
Ridiculous.
ridiculous.
He just saw it and got a hard on. I was like, oh, I need this at the Game Awards.
He got
Gave
so
the
excited.
slot
Yeah.
to that game.
Like that's
And
usually what they reserve
Did
for
you
like
pull up the DB, the charts on it?
no.
Not on
It's-
stream, but
It's hilariously
Did
bad.
we already had enough technical issues. Did you see my blunder?
I heard you said this is. I mean, this is the review.
yeah.
Do you
So
see the
no,
screen title?
we went through our
You
sections.
went live once, right?
We went through our sections. We were talking about Starfield, Resident Evil, all that. And he's like, all right, now Billy's not here, so we're going to talk about Iron Lung. Let's get into it. And Dylan goes, yes. Ends the stream because he hits
Hits the space bar and it
It was-
stops.
So the last thing you had clicked was
Yeah.
go live, and yeah,
So this is round 2. We split
I
this.
bet that's a great clip.
Yeah,
It's the end is pretty funny.
we realized we needed you.
In that moment.
Yeah.
Like
Wait, did that say like 300 players?
when the world needed.
Is it
the
gonna
most.
do it when I go here?
What you have to
Monitor?
choose browser and then set the.
Browser.
You're already showing that, by the way. So you got to go to the. Hold on. Yeah. So go to that. Go to monitor. Go to browser and then go to the gear icon. Right there. Up. Yep. And then change it to that window. Yep. And then okay. So that's what people are seeing.
All right.
So what is it at?
So right now, 392 people playing the game.
Damn. Should we all
Should we hop on?
hop on?
Game came out 2 months ago. How much did this game cost to make? Millions and millions and millions.
Too much.
Concord 2. I mean, this is one of the greatest failures in gaming.
Besides, yeah,
And
Have you seen why
we've
people
been
are
saying that a lot lately. I feel like.
I know. And are
So-
you seeing why some of the devs have come out and said like why it's failed?
I have not yet.
So I appreciate both your guys' opinion on like why this hero shooter struggles, blah blah.
Well, did you hear that? Because I was interested in. I know we'll get back to it, but like when we were
price
talking
has
about MMO.
not been disclosed, by the way, on
Interesting.
budget.
But it's fair to say it's probably north of 50 million.
Tencent was the one that funded it, though.
Interesting. Down with China. Sorry. What? Just kidding. What was your framing?
That like I believe it was a couple weeks ago you were talking about MMOs and the player base, it's so hard to get them to come to a new MMO because they're so ingrained in whatever they're currently playing. And that's for me, that's what I think is happening with Highguard and Concord is these hero shooters, they're trying to chase a trend, but the fan base has already plateaued as far as numbers. Like there'll be little increases as far as who's
Yeah.
interested in the game, but they're already playing Overwatch and they're playing Rivals.
Yeah.
And to get them to go away from that, you need to have something.
Like I'm
spectacular.
shocked. Yeah, I'm shocked Rivals is even working as well. Look
And
up Rivals.
We've talked about. I think it's just the fact that it's the IP.
Marvel.
Yeah, but this has had serious lasting power. I mean, this is 100,000. Its
Right
24-hour
now.
peak is almost as much as what Highguard's ever had.
Yeah.
I mean, that's an incredible to compete in this space. This game is
Well,
really shown up in a big way.
And to be honest, playing both, I played Highguard, I played Rivals. I played Rivals when it first came out. When it first came out, felt more polished. Like it felt fun.
And it feels familiar, right? Because you, like Kyle said, you know the characters, right? The IP,
Yeah.
it feels familiar. So let me give you
Yeah.
two perspectives on Highguard, because the first one is the devs came out and it was I think they shot themselves in both feet and then fell in a dog crap pile.
And then rolled around.
and then
piss.
rolled around and pissed. Yeah, I mean seriously, they came out and were like, the reason why this game is doing poorly is because it was review bombed in the beginning by a few streamers,
God,
and they killed the game's momentum.
I hate
And
that.
it was like this weird. And then, get this, then the own devs of Highguard threw shade at Jeff for hosting him in that slot, saying like their game should never have been held at that level.
Like, be
And I'm
thankful
like,
you had
you just
that.
got the greatest marketing advantage of any game.
yeah.
And like
Yeah.
For
that's
free.
somehow been a negative for you. That
Like,
was crazy.
You
to
got
read.
somebody to like your game that had that power, that he wanted to do that, and then you're upset at him. Take some responsibility.
no shit.
Jesus.
No shit. So this is what I think has happened, and I think both you guys have touched on it, and I'm just gonna word it in a different way.
Yeah.
The live service model has worked. These games have gotten really good at retaining player bases because of these live service models. Whether it's an MMO or Overwatch or these other hero shooters, they're really good at getting people to come back. People love the seasonality of these games. They'll dive into the content and play them. It's worked. So these games that try to enter this space, you're dealing with a player base that's already heavily dedicated into another IP.
exactly what
And
I was saying.
that's exactly it. Why do new MMOs fail? Because nobody actually gives a shit about graphics in an MMO when they're seeking the community-based aspect. Where can you get the biggest community? World of Warcraft.
Well,
So
and-
yeah, you played the game for 40,000 hours in 20 years, but guess what? Like that's still the best place to have that experience, which is what you yearn for.
Yeah.
You don't yearn for a new coat of paint.
Well, yeah, and you like as somebody who's played Marvel Rivals and and all these games, there's something to also be said about the investment in that you're putting into these games. Like I'm investing into Marvel Rivals, right? I haven't played in a long time, but that's just because I don't play multiplayer much. But for me to then have to invest time into this other game when I've already put time into Rivals, I'm more likely to go back to Rivals because Rivals I at least have some cool shit. You're wanting me to start over fresh in this game that looks dookie? No.
Mm-hmm. That also has no player base. Like, imagine queuing online. How long are you gonna wait?
300 players?
You're gonna have a 250 ping
Yeah.
because
Exactly.
you're not gonna even find anybody in your region.
It's hard to feel passionate about something that requires a player base that it doesn't have. It feels disingenuous because it's like a cash grab. And I was talking a little bit about this with Dylan, how especially on these established successful things like players of that type of game, whatever the genre, if you get a lot of people that play it a lot, they could sniff out disingenuous things a mile away.
Oh yeah.
And they're not going to be satisfied with some cash grab game because it vaguely resembles, their Overwatch or their Marvel Rivals.
So they invited all these streamers like Tim the Tatman, Shroud, and all these other people to play day one and paid them and stuff like that, sponsored them to hype up the game. And I've seen a bunch of clips now from Shroud, who is one of the most respected, FPS players ever, and is known for how accurate he's been over his career, his gaming career, across multiple titles. He was like literally he was basically saying the game was unplayable. He said that it's impossible to aim in this game. It feels janky.
Yeah.
You can't get the combat right in a game like this, you're dead.
Well,
This
and,
game
That's
is
got to be
combat.
that's the whole point of it.
You
and
have
it's
to get
empty.
it right.
It was 3. So when it first came out, it was 3v3. They updated. They brought it to I think it was 6v6 or 5v5. The maps are fucking huge for
Like-
3v3. Like imagine
Battlefield maps. Like
the closest I can think. You remember that Halo map with like the grass and
With
like the
the
towers?
two bases on either end?
Yeah.
Or, yeah.
That size, but for
Ew.
6 players.
And
Probably
the
even
the
bigger
game
than
mode
that,
is
honestly.
identical to what Overwatch did, right?
Kind of. It's this weird game mode. Like that's the thing too that Rivals has over it, or that like Overwatch has over it. It's a much more guided experience, and you can you have a much better tell on how good you're gonna do. This one, this is how it works. You're in your 2 bases, which are fucking across the map, huge, right? You get released from your bases to go loot, but you can only find blue loot. Like there's no legendaries, there's no like it's rarity based, but you can only get like basic bitch loot. So once you find it, that's pretty much all your incentive to do anything. You're not incentivized to kill these other people because they'll just respawn fast. You have a certain amount of time to do this. After that, it's called like a siege breaker. I forget what it's called, but there's this sword that spawns somewhere on the map, and it's a rush to get the sword. Whoever gets it then goes to the enemy base, and you can start a siege on their base. And then at that point, the defending team has like a minute or a certain amount of time to like set up defenses and certain things. But here's the thing. There's no fucking defenses to set up. Like there's no turrets. The only thing you can do is reinforce walls. That's it. That's it.
Just no depth.
There's no depth. And then after that, the siege starts. You go in, you have to destroy their generators, which is very Counter-Strike, where you're like placing a bomb and then it's a countdown. The other people have to disarm the bomb.
Yep.
And it feels like they tried to take too many ideas and that didn't work together. And then also, it's a game that would work if you had like Battlefield size teams. Like I could see it working if you had like I don't even think you could, but like 30v30 or something crazy.
Where
Then
they
that
could
would
fill
be
the map
like a siege. Yeah, that'd
instead
be
of
dope.
respawning and then jumping for
But
2 minutes.
3v3?
Bond.
I start to get worried now every time I see, like, this was Wildlight Entertainment. It was formed by people
Left Respawn.
that left Respawn, so they worked on things like Apex, Titanfall, and Call of Duty. Like, I get worried now when I see that we're like from the
Creators
the
of
creators that gave you games like blah blah. But if they're not part of that company anymore, I'm starting to like maybe that's not a good thing.
Maybe that's why they're
yeah, I
not
don't
there.
know. I could be wrong, but time and time again, we've seen how that does not make a good game necessarily.
I'm honestly falling back into this. I see this with a lot. I don't know how much you guys really have. I mean, I'll be curious. Maybe I'm wrong on this assumption, but on the PlayStation platform, I feel like you guys have. Sony is such a great publisher of games that you have a very distinct vision for what they want created, and they work with great partners to create awesome titles. Right on the PC world, the title variety is infinite, basically.
Right.
Yeah.
The barrier to entry is nothing, and you can get games that are solo Jim that just been working in his basement for 2 years versus a guy that has 30 developers and is self-funding or whatever. So I feel like there's a lot more transparency on the PC side because that's part of like their marketing strategy to get people excited about the title. And I'm honestly at the point now where if I'm going to get excited, and I find myself, at least with this new group of friends that I've been playing with, they really are into alpha and beta games because they're looking for that next thing, and it's like I feel like they've already played everything, or that's how maybe they think. And what I want in a studio is one dude or girl that has just grabbed the title by the balls, and it's their vision, their direction, and they are so cutthroat and distinct in what they're trying to create versus this all-inclusive a la carte development style where it's like we're taking input from everyone and it's going to be a game for everyone and it's going to be everything you need. It's like, no, I want it to be fucking this, and if it's like this, it's wrong, and we're not going to do that, and we're going to get it to this, and it's like that's what I
we
want.
talked about this a little bit where we were like, just be good at what you do.
Yeah.
Like, don't like Resident Evil. They know what they want. They know what they're doing. They know what their fans want. And so they deliver that experience. And that's why all their games have been like really good.
Doom.
Like Doom. Do what you do. Like, like we don't need you to like Doom doesn't need to have input from all these different, we have members that have worked on Mass Effect and worked on, like it's Doom. And
you shoot stuff.
And you shoot stuff like big guy kills demons. Like
it's
and that's
very
all
satisfying to do so.
Yeah.
Yes.
I think to that point, a lot of the like big games on PlayStation, we know of the director probably because they are, like you're saying, where they had a vision. Like Cory Balrog, who did the new God of War, he was very known to the fan base because he was also very open about the process, but he was very known as like he came in, this was his vision, and you can tell it's his vision because it's a full experience that feels like a complete story.
But that story is like that. There, you almost look at any of the historical titles that popped off and have any kind of cultural relevance. It was like 1, 2, or 3 dudes in a basement that crafted this whole thing, and they were like, "We're creating this, and this is," and they were so explicit. Like Path of Exile is that way. ArenaNet with Guild Wars 1 was that exact way. I mean, they were so defined in their vision for what they wanted to create. And now I go into these so many of these games, and I'm like, why are they
doing?
Yeah. And it feels like study groups or like like what's the most popular appeal to the average demographic right now?
Yeah.
Let's plug it into our proprietary AI to learn like what
we're gonna build this awesome vampire game, but wouldn't it be cool if we had cats that you could pet in it? And it's like, I don't know, man. Like,
what are you talking about?
Let's focus on building a fucking awesome vampire game.
I do kind of miss. I wish game directors were more vocal, because that was something really cool about God of War. That like I can't think of many other games. Maybe Spider-Man PS4, and I can't even remember his name right now. But he was also pretty vocal. But like that was something I really enjoyed and helped hype me up for a game. When you see the director out there talking about it, like Todd Howard right?
Todd Howard, you know what? Say what you want about him. He believes in what he does.
Yeah, and I think most of the time,
Kojima.
his issue,
Kojima,
Todd Howard's issue, isn't that like
it isn't that he doesn't care.
he has a vision, but it's just technology can't match what he wants.
He,
And so he says like, "You're gonna make it this way," and the people are like, "Ah," you know,
we can't do it.
how the
Todd.
fuck do we do that, Todd? He's like, "I don't care."
But he
Build me
literally
an engine.
Yeah,
he built Elder Scrolls in the 90s. He was like younger than us in like college with his buddies in the like in a garage with a box of scraps.
Yeah.
like and he had this vision for what he wanted. And Todd Howard, yes, he's a polarizing figure, but
He got what he wanted.
he got what he wanted and he does what he wants. Another, I think, game what is it, like another developer, like head of company that really is vocal about what he likes is the guy from
Who knows?
Larian,
Oh,
whatever, I forget his name.
yes. I know. what you're
But
talking
he's
about.
always
Larian
right out there,
Studios,
yeah.
Baldur's Gate.
He's always right up there.
Slav,
Something.
Yes.
Sven.
Is that it?
It's Sven.
Sven.
He's right out there in
Yeah.
the forefront, promoting his games, talking about what they're doing.
He knows exactly
Not-
what he wants.
Not releasing things until they're ready. Like Baldur's Gate was in beta for like 2 years before full launch. People could play Act
Chapter
1.
and 2, right?
I think just Act 1, but they
Just
could
Act
play Act 1 for like a year before the game even came out. Like, so he didn't fold on what
And
he
that
wanted.
certainly didn't kill the hype for the game.
No.
Yeah, it became one of the most massive RPG releases in
Yeah.
recent years.
But I don't want it. Yeah, basically what we're saying. I don't want a game by committee. I want a person with a vision.
And that's what
That's going to create that vision.
Highguard feels like a game by committee.
It is.
Feels like what's popular right now?
Yeah.
Hero shooters? Or no. What's the biggest trend? Hero shooters. We need to get in on this right now. It's making a ton of money. We can be part of that.
Yeah.
It's like shut the
How much are we putting into this? Everything. And we'll get it all back.
Seriously. And what you do is you round out any of the edges of the game that make
Yeah.
it feel unique.
And I get that games that have to survive in the like games that are gonna make or break in the like streaming world, like competitive shooters and stuff, they have to have like big names playing it.
Of
So I
course.
get that. But I also I hate when companies just pay big streamers to play their like your game. Just make a good game, you know?
And they'll
like,
come.
They'll come if it's good. Like,
build it and they will come.
is there a game that like people got paid to play that actually stuck around? I don't think so. I could be wrong in saying that.
I mean, they
but,
like Call of Duty does creator code stuff,
no.
and anytime you buy a purchase on there, the you could enter a creator code, and then there's like a rev share program with them. So I'm sure that gets the streamers continuing to play that, but people are still going to play Call of Duty. But
Oh,
um,
so I just thought of this. Another game developer that he just knows what he wants to fucking do and does it is Miyazaki from Software. Another one. He knows what he wants
Yeah,
to do.
you're not
and he
making
does it.
Elden Ring by committee.
Yeah, like
Ain't no
Yeah.
Elden Ring by
it
committee.
just doesn't happen.
No.
Did you hear what he said about Bloodborne?
Shut the fuck up.
No, he.
No, I mean,
so,
like, I can
news-
see him at this point just being like, fucking stop.
No, news has been coming out.
Oh my god.
No. I'm not
So-
towards it coming out.
Okay,
I know what you're
okay.
gonna say
Yeah.
because I read this.
It was that if there's ever a remake, he directly wants to be involved. And I
Of
guess
course.
Sony has approached him like 6 times
I believe
and he
that.
said
and
he's
he
too
said
busy. He's
no.
not doing it.
because he wants to be involved in the remake. It means that much to him.
Bloodborne is too much his baby, and he doesn't want it being remade by somebody that's not him.
So he's like, you will not remake this game without me, and I am not ready to make this game.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Pretty much. When he sold the rights to Bloodborne to Sony,
It had that caveat, huh?
the caveat is he has to be involved. In
And
any,
so they can't get him to
so
get involved.
there's no sequel, there's no remake. They've actually pitched like because they did Demon Souls, he let them do Demon Souls remake. And
Blue
then
Point, right?
yeah, Blue Point, which they just shut down. But they pitched Blue Point to do Bloodborne as well, and he said no.
Does Bloodborne work in an open world setting like Elden Ring if they were to do it on like that scale?
It'd have to be Bloodborne 2.
Well, yeah, of course. Oh, you're saying specifically just a remake?
Yeah,
They've
just a
been
remake.
trying to get
He
him
won't
to-
even like.
No,
He's not even
for
letting.
even a remake. He wants to be involved.
He's not even letting the remake.
Do like 35 FPS.
Yeah, can we up it? Maybe no.
Can we take it to PC?
And what I find hilarious about that too is you have Bloodborne still stuck at 30 FPS, right? That Sekiro got an update that put it at 60.
Sekiro released at 30, and they got an update to move to 60, and he hasn't done that.
They
before.
have the technology. They can do it.
But he's like, no, they need to suffer.
I think that after working on Elden Ring, I think if Bloodborne 2, I don't think it'll ever happen, but if Bloodborne 2 came out, it's just begging to be in a world like Elden Ring. I think that would be amazing.
Like a big open world.
Big open world,
God.
gothic, eldritch, Cthulhu horror. Like, it would be amazing. Yeah.
Man, that'd be good.
But, you know,
We have Dustbloods coming out, which is like feels like a spiritual successor,
yeah,
but Switch only.
I'm not buying a Switch to play Duskbloods.
I'd be interested in Bloodborne too. I
If
played
it-
that Liza P game and
Yeah.
it was good but not great. And I would like to play a Bloodborne style game.
I think that because Bloodborne is like one of his passion projects, Miyazaki, I think he's gonna just let it die where it is. I think we're sooner gonna get like an Elden Ring 2, I think, before we would get. But he's not a huge fan of sequels. He has already talked publicly how he doesn't like that he felt that he needed to make a Dark Souls 1, 2, and 3. Like he said that he's done with that. He never wants to go back. He just not as a fan of sequels.
Which is
And
so
he-
funny because like the games are so fucking the same thing.
Yeah.
Like Elden Ring
Yeah.
is, you could call that Dark Souls 4. You
Yeah.
know what I mean?
Well, I mean, I think
There's definitely different tones for sure, but the game itself is
It's
I
the
mean-
game.
I wonder though
Yeah.
creatively for him if it's coming from I want to do a different universe, different story. Like he
he
hates
doesn't want
the
to feel
attachment,
chained to preconceptions.
like the lore of the old game.
Yeah.
No, he wants something wild and wacky. You know.
No.
Yeah, I mean, even though like 5% of the player base even understands the lore or even
Yeah, you got to
remotely,
read all these
you know?
item descriptions.
Yeah.
Even the people that understand the lore, do
They
they
don't
really?
and there's like 18 different interpretations
Yeah.
for everything.
So much that there's one YouTube guy that everybody watches.
And they're like, yeah, that sounds about right. We'll
Sure.
we'll take you at your word.
Yeah.
does
You see the
hours
way
of
that this
research.
pole is leaning. Well, that signifies. That
Read the
Like,
item
okay.
descriptions and like this next part is going to be a lot of conjecture. But what I
You made an hour and a half video, I think, on a screenshot when they were dropping the
Mhm.
DLC.
I
About-
w-
Mikola.
I went back recently, as you guys know, and I played Dark Souls 2. And I went through and I played the whole thing. And just for fun, I watched Vatsy released it's hella old now, like over 10 years ago, but he released the lore of Dark Souls 2. I watched the whole thing. And I'm like, man, this is a good story that you would never know
Never
by
know.
playing.
That you would have no clue about.
You know that boss room that's through that hidden wall that all of a sudden unlocks all this.
It is
story?
the most important
Yeah, you
lore
can't
spot.
miss it on your playthrough. Like, okay.
I've read every item description I've read.
So it's funny when you say that he doesn't like sequels. There's 6 Armored Core games. 6 of them.
But they aren't like it's-
That's not him.
it's
yeah.
his studio, but they're not his
It's
games.
his B team.
You know, it's his B team.
That's funny.
He actually, so people are like, oh, he wasn't involved in Dark Souls 2, and that's why it's not as good or whatever. He actually developed all the DLCs though himself. He's the one that did like the Crowns DLCs. There's 3 of them, and I love those ones. But I think it's my first. Dark Souls 2 is my first From Software game, so I have a soft spot for it.
What I would like to see them make a new Tenchu.
Yeah.
Because I didn't know this. Like when I found this out, it blew my mind that they made the Tenchu games. And as a kid growing up, I loved the Tenchu games. And you can see it in the DNA, especially Sekiro is probably the closest. But please give me another one.
Please.
Because just the amount of blood, like the ninja fantasy of like just silent, like, and then blood goes so great. We don't have enough of that. Dark Souls doesn't have that.
We
Really.
don't have enough blood.
No, not like excessive, like high
No.
pressure.
Well-
Not enough gore.
Bloodborne does.
True.
The game is
True.
called Bloodborne. People are really spewing blood in that game.
You're injecting
Yeah, I
yourself.
was gonna say.
People's heads just explode. Shit. Do we know other than Dustbloods? Do we even know?
What else he's working
No.
on? No, there's Night Rain, Dustbloods.
I've never played Night Rain. I don't see myself ever playing it.
That's another hero
But-
shooter.
I don't know why we haven't played Night Rain. That seems like a perfect game.
It
for
seems
the
like
three of
something we
us,
would try.
For how many
but-
hours we collectively put in Elden Ring? Like, I don't know. It seems kind of nutty,
No.
but
Because it's a hero shooter and we're tired
it
of that.
kind of came and went, and that was it.
I wonder what the Steam DB for that is.
Let's see. Steam database, not Rain. Let's take a look. Wow, 50,000 people. every day.
Dang, that's pretty good
Pretty amazing.
compared to 300 playing High Guard.
That's really amazing. Go to the just go to Steam database like homepage. Do they have like what
From
is on the
Software.
still PUBG and Counter Strike and Dota?
From Software is working on an unannounced multi-platform game that has been codenamed FMC.
Yes, of course.
That could be literally anything.
That's the new Forza.
Hold
Yeah.
on.
Racing
Forza
sim.
Motor Cars.
Holy
it's not
shit.
Forza Motor Cars.
Guys, we might be on
It's
something.
Elden Ring, but with cars.
It's the Dark Souls of racing games.
You have to
What?
roll.
You lose humanity every time you hit a wall. Your health drops.
It's so
You die.
There's like bosses.
This boss is in the middle of the fucking. There's like upgrade. Maybe got a good idea. You got like upgrade your car to like more spikes and more like more physical strength, like ram.
Ram into him.
All to get the
Bosses.
Nissan sponsorship.
Yeah, there
Like-
you go.
Full Metal Core.
Full Metal.
Oh,
Core.
shit.
I don't think.
I don't
so.
think so.
FMZ brought to you
Fuck.
by Nissan.
Fuck.
Mary
my-
Kill.
Fuck Mary Kill.
Spell the C.
Fuck Mary Zill.
Still. Yeah.
I was trying to think how I could turn
Not
those
even
words into something Bloodborne, to go down the conspiracy theory. But I couldn't. I
Not
couldn't.
even worth speculating right
Yeah.
now. It's so far away, whatever it is.
I couldn't go that deep. What have you been playing, Billy?
Nothing.
Nothing.
No, I mean I played that Stargazer. What were the
Elite Dangerous?
No.
No.
We talked about wanting to, but never did.
Yeah, I know. We
Stargazer?
should.
Star Citizen?
No, it's what is it? I sent it over and I was like, "Did you guys ever hear this game?" And I need to go to my library. Let me see. I played that for a quick minute. Played Star Citizen for that free weekend. Yeah, I'm just not really playing Star Rupture. Sorry,
Oh,
yeah,
I
yeah.
remember that.
that was a fun little game. No, I'm not. I'm not playing anything.
No?
Working and raising kids.
I watched F1.
Fun. The movie?
Yeah, with
With
Brad Pitt.
Pitt.
Pretty
Any
good.
good?
Brad Pitt.
Pretty good. I really enjoyed it. And it's made by the same guy that did Top Gun Maverick.
Hmm.
Once you start to analyze it, very, very similar story. Very similar story.
And F1?
Yeah.
He has to
You've got the
They made it
old
as
attack
dramatic.
an unannounced
No, but you've got the old,
The
the old guy that
that's really
kicks young
fucking
guys'
good,
asses.
and you got the cocky young guy. The old guy shows him
Plays
how
video
it's done,
games.
and they work together.
Yeah.
And it's like, oh, that's
Your reflexes are
Yeah.
out of this world, kid.
yeah.
I don't mind
You've
it.
got what it takes, kid.
but you don't got the guts.
I'm still good.
It's all
But-
about the drive.
Yeah, it's
It was good.
it's
I would
not about
recommend
how
watching
you
it.
finish. It's about how you drive.
It's about how you come.
Uh,
I recommend it. It was really good.
no, I've been
Apple
watching
TV.
a lot of TV.
Yeah?
That's what we've been doing and watching
Yeah.
a lot of garbage TV mainly. But
Tell me lies.
There's so
Do
We
we
could
wanna,
give a review on Tell Me Lies.
do you want to talk about Tell Me Lies?
dude, what
That
a
show.
blender. What a blender.
Absolute cinema.
We should save that for a whole
Yeah.
episode because that is
We should do.
you'll spend more time talking about it than you did watching it.
We should
Somehow
do a
picked up
full
on
Tell Me
everything.
Lies.
We should bring Rana in and everything. Yeah, that'd be fun.
Yeah.
When are we doing that?
The trivia?
Yeah, not the trivia, but
Yeah,
is it trivia? It's more like
we just got to set a date.
2 weeks from now.
2 weeks from now.
Next week we'll do Tell Me Lies.
I will be in Italy.
Actually, I'm going to be
Let's
in
do it there.
Russia.
Oh.
Actually, is Iran nice this year?
I heard.
Pretty nice.
All right, I'll check it out.
Are you actually going to be in Italy?
No.
No.
I thought it was. I was like, damn. He's
I'm
going on
just
vacation.
dropping this
casually
lore on
going
you.
It's like, damn.
across the world.
Okay.
You dumbass.
How dare I trust my friends?
I wish. I would love to, but no.
Let's talk about travel for a second.
Yeah. Why not?
I'm kind of coming into my own as to what I like for travel.
Okay.
I'm glad that you're discovering this in
I'm
your
discovering
30s.
my body and my. I'm kind of over. Not that they're not fun and beautiful. I'm not taking anything away because some people just get so shocked by what I'm about to say.
You're over women.
I'm over women.
I'm only into men.
I know.
I'm over tropical places.
Huh.
And let me tell you why. All of them look the exact same. They're gorgeous, lush green. I've been to like 3 or 4, humble brag here, 3 or 4 top 10 beaches in the world. I've been to a couple. There's like 2 in Hawaii. I went to both of them. I've been to the Bahamas and different islands in the over there by Florida and stuff. And
The Caribbean.
yeah, thank you.
Was-
Couldn't think
Over
of
near
it.
Florida and stuff.
Bahamas and Caribbean, and been to like I said, 3 or 4 top 10 beaches, and they're great. I ignite in the sun, so
Yeah.
I'm not ever gonna be like a big sun guy. But also, people love going to the beach. They love going to the beach, and then they get there and they fucking take a nap.
yeah.
That's their beach experience. They go and lay on a beach. They cover themselves in shade most of the time, unless they're sunning, and then they take a nap. That is not me at all. That's not my vibe at all.
No.
And so why this triggered me is I'm kind of out on tropical places just to go. It's like, oh, it's so beautiful. I've been to these beautiful places, and they absolutely are. Like, but whether you're in Hawaii, Bahamas, the Caribbean, you couldn't tell me that I was in a different place. They look the fucking same. Everything is lush green, white sands, which probably is imported because it's not from there or whatever. Like, it is what it is, and that's fine. That's an experience that people have. That's not my thing.
Yeah.
I've heard this interesting take on Europe, which it's like if you've been to 1 or 2 places in Europe, you kind of been to them all. Because unless you're there for like the landmark stuff, the historical buildings and stuff like that, you're not really getting much difference from a geography perspective of like
Well, yeah, it's
different
such a small area.
temperatures. It really is
Yeah.
small. So unless you're going to see very specific landmarks, which is kind of a different vacation altogether. It's almost like going to see a museum, right?
Right.
Going to a museum because you're just looking at things. Then you're going to be disappointed by a European trip, which I thought that was interesting. I would definitely go more of like the historical route as well,
Yeah.
but like from a World War II perspective, if I ever went to Europe. But what I'm really interested in right now, like I'm going to Canada later this year. I want to go to like places like Iceland, where it's like 1 of 1 geography, where you have these deep valleys and these crazy mountain ranges, and you can drive around the whole island in a week, and you see all these different landscapes and topology that really doesn't exist anywhere else in the world. It's just like 1 of 1.
Yeah.
That's what I'm kind of driven to, because that to me is just nature at its most beautiful, because it is not anywhere else. You know, the mountains that you're going to see in the stylization of what's happened there from a weather pattern perspective is totally unique to that compared to Alaska or something like that.
Yeah.
Or even Canada. So I'm kind of, just as a traveler, I'm kind of more drawn to those kinds of experiences than let's go to the beach. It's number 8 in the world beach. And then you go there and you sit in shade and sleep. And it's the weirdest experience because I feel like I don't really think people enjoy it. I think they enjoy it because other people think they enjoy it. It's like this
No.
weird.
Okay, so
It's like this weird thing,
I have
right? Am I
thoughts.
on something? Yeah, go ahead.
I have thoughts to that specific idea. We have a lake near us.
We do.
Cold as fuck,
Mm-hmm.
pretty much all year round. I have friends that I think are that same. I like going. Not really, no. But they do. And the reason I think they like going is because other
They can
people like
say
going.
they went there
Exactly.
and did it. Yeah.
It's like we did not get in the water. The water is fucking freezing. And especially this is something just I hate about growing old. Like we've all been to that lake growing up. And growing old, I hate how fast I get cold now. When I was a kid, I could be out in that water for hours having fun. Now I'm out there for like
I think our tolerance for being uncomfortable just decreases the older you get.
yeah.
You're like,
And-
Sure.
when you're younger, you just put up with shit longer, and as you get older, you're like, I don't
This isn't
have
that
to
great.
put up with this.
I don't have to be
Yeah,
cold.
like
But so in regards to beach, I agree. I think a lot of people go there because it's like popular.
yeah.
You know, it's like for views. But one thing I do want to say is the whole time you were talking, and I want to see if Kyle has an opinion. I think that fully describes your personality, your value-based mindset. And I think it also probably has to do with your age, right?
Probably.
You're at an age where you are able to be more adventurous. You are able to go to these other places. You have the energy to do it. You have, you know, you have the passion. You're not like, you don't have a chill personality. You do, but like not like chill as in like I'm just gonna chill on the beach, drink some Mai Tais, whatever happens,
Yeah.
happens. No, you're like I need to be
Doing
fucking
something.
doing something. And so I think that perfectly fits you. Versus me, like I could go to Hawaii and that could be the only place I go. I could live in Hawaii and I would love it.
Hawaii's gorgeous.
Yeah.
Not taking
Like,
anything
I
away
don't-
from Hawaii.
I wouldn't get sick of the tropical environment because I like to just relax. Like I like to when I'm on
that
vacation,
island fever, baby.
there's certain times when I like to be adventurous and I like to be active, but especially in Hawaii, I can really just kind of become fucking Dylan.
Bang the
Um,
shit out of that.
I can become like, you know, I can get on island time.
Yeah. Yeah, island time.
I think that I'm mostly with you. I do think that if I have like 1 or 2 tropical vacations, I'm looking for something different the next time. But I still can find a lot of enjoyment out of like things like Hawaii or the Caribbean.
Sure.
I could easily find a lot of enjoyment out of that. But to me, the most fun I've ever had on any vacations has not been in any places like that. Well, I really liked Alaska. Alaska's incredible, and I hear wonderful things about like specifically where you're going in Canada, like Banff and all that. I hear incredible things. But I am all for just like Northern California, Oregon. Like I would take that over a lot of things.
Yeah.
To be honest with you.
And so I'll say that about my beach experience, but I don't put the Caribbean or Hawaii in the same bucket as I do the beaches at, let's say, a Monterey Bay.
Yeah.
Because you have these, you're not laying out on the beach in Monterey Bay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's fucking way cold water and it's miserable and it's like 65 degrees and nobody swims out there. Like you might see some surfers or whatever, but because that's a different experience because now you're engaging with the environment in a totally different way. You're hearing the ocean, the big crashing waves. It's much more violent. It's not this. Let me go down here and just fall asleep on the beach. That one I'm okay with too because, I mean, especially around Monterey Bay, like that's just one of one. That's
Carmel.
Carmel. I mean,
Yeah.
that's just some of the prettiest places on earth as far as I'm concerned. And do you know what the average temperature is year round there?
70.
Like 65.
Yeah.
And
It just
and
doesn't fluctuate much either.
It does not.
Yeah.
It's one of there's like 4 areas in the world that stay within that degree. I saw this graphic once, and it's one of them. And it does in the peak summers, it's like average is 68. In the absolute depths of winter, it gets down to like 63 average. So it's that every fucking day.
when the San Andreas fault
My absolute
Bye
got
bye.
going down.
most favorite beach in the world is this beach in way North California called Moonstone.
Oh God, I love it. We went there for my honeymoon.
Yeah, I love Moonstone Beach. It's got this river that flows through it, and there's like these mountains. And,
Where in Northern California you said?
Yeah, kind of
Yep.
outside of like where my aunt used to live, in Arcata, like maybe an hour shy of Oregon.
Okay.
Off of the coast. But I also like Sunset Bay in Oregon. Cannon Beach in Oregon. Like, I just love that type of feel, sort of like the town in Twilight. Like, if
Yeah.
you've ever seen those movies, that's the type of place I like.
Yeah.
You know, like Olympic National Park in Washington. I love that area.
Well, because those are almost like active beaches. Because if you're there, you're
Yeah.
paddleboarding or you're doing surfing
You're not
or
sunning.
something. Nobody's sitting out there laying.
It's
and
shady
sunning.
pretty much
You're
all year
doing
round.
something.
For
And that's
one.
cool.
Yeah.
And to
You
touch
can
on
drive
both your
on the
guys'
beaches
points,
in Oregon, which is
Yeah.
crazy.
touch on both your guys' points. When I'm in Hawaii or Maui, probably the amount of days where I just go to the beach just to sit there is probably like one.
Okay.
What I enjoy doing there is going on hikes in the mountains, up waterfalls,
See, that's sick.
that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
So I definitely see it. I agree. I think beaches are overrated.
I'm right there with you, especially depending on the beach, right? I mean, if it's a beach where it's got the sands where you just lay there, yeah.
Yeah.
Which is all the, because it's 90%
Like,
humidity.
I think
and
a day,
85 degrees.
one day can satisfy me because I want to swim. I like swimming, and to be able to go swim in the ocean, especially tropical places where the water's warm, that is a fun experience. You know, to be like, I'm not freezing to death. This is nice.
I'm always kind of disappointed. I swam down in Miami last year, maybe 2 years ago now.
What's the water like there?
Warm, kind of
Okay.
warm. Yeah, I mean it was nice. I mean it wasn't like Hawaii water where I felt like that was bath water.
That's like bathtub.
It was
Yeah.
crazy.
Yeah.
But it was warm enough to go out there and feel very comfortable. But I kind of am not afraid, but I know there's like an awareness when you're swimming in the ocean where you're like, all right, we're in the ocean here. Like
There's some
this,
sharks.
Yeah, and I'm more like, I'm actually way more concerned about things like jellyfish or something like that.
Oh,
or
okay.
scratching my foot against coral.
Yeah.
Like those are way more realistic than
Angelfish.
there's a shark or
Standing on a
something.
sea urchin or something.
Yeah.
Like,
and
So-
just dealing with some shit.
Let me ask you guys this. I went to San Diego, and I did this experience where they had the plankton that were bioluminescent.
Weaponized or
Yes, weaponized bioluminescent. No, and at nighttime, we were in like not the ocean, but we were in the middle of, like not a river. I don't know, a canal, and we were swimming in it, pitch black. Would that freak you guys out?
like dead of night.
Dead of night.
Yeah.
Yeah?
Yeah.
It was cool because that was the only time you could see them glow.
yeah.
That's why we were there that late. But
I guess that is an experience. That would be cool. I think I would be unsettled, but I would do it.
There's only one time I've ever been like in the ocean where I had like a panic moment. I went camping with some friends of mine in Northern California. The place we ended up, we didn't have anything reserved, so we just kind of like wherever was available, we got there, we camped, and it just so happened that it was like there was trees and then the beach. It was right there, and it was an incredible beach. And it was like 11 o'clock at night, and we had like a bonfire because there was no rules on fires on the beach. You could just whatever. And we went into the water, and the waves were like not crazy, but like you had to be like a decent swimmer to not, and it was dark. And like we're going out there, we're
that's fucking
swimming,
wild.
and we're like, yeah. And then all of a sudden, like this thing happened where I got disoriented, where I was like, I wasn't 100% like,
That's the beach.
yeah, that's the
Oh.
beach, that's the ocean.
oh.
And
You
like,
get just a millisecond. of
yeah,
that.
and then the like lights weren't on, and like I was taking comfort in the fact that we were all gonna die together because we were all like, like together. But like you start to like think like it's something like evolution where you're like, I could die.
you're like,
Like,
fuck.
and then
Um,
immediately I just was like, I'm gonna go back. And once I like figured out where I was, and I went back, and it wasn't like I was crazy deep in it, but that's the only time where like I very much realized that I was
Situation you're
not
in.
in
Yeah.
a pool, So I think if something's lit up like that, I might be okay, but I might be a little wigged out.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Like the part that helped was you could see clearly. We were in the middle of like a canal. It was still the ocean, but it was like a channel, right?
Yeah.
So you could see clearly land here, Like they weren't that far. They were far. I wouldn't want to swim it myself, but I could if I, needed to. But it was still a cool experience. It didn't unsettle me, the dark of like, like some people have that fear of like what's beneath me. I didn't. I was
No.
like, it's
I
a
don't think
fish.
I fear that. Like on cruise ships, some people have this weird fear that
They're
when you're
so
out there
far
in the
remote.
middle of nowhere, and
Is it thalassophobia, right?
yeah, probably a little bit of that, but like at night you look out and there's no land as far as the eye could see.
It's trippy.
And
You realize like, whoa.
you kind
If
of
we sunk.
you almost don't like think about it because cruise ships are like floating cities and there's so much to do, you don't think about it. But then like every now and then you'll,
the
especially at
balcony.
night, you'll be at like the edge and you'll kind of look around and then you'll have a feeling of like you're on an alien planet.
And then
You
you,
know,
and then
like-
you pull up a map and you're like, oh, we're like 20 miles off the coast,
Yeah.
coast of whatever,
Which
you can't
swimming
s-
20 miles?
No, fuck that.
I could swim that far.
I could make it.
How long would that take to my ass to swim 20 miles?
I would die.
Oh,
100%. I
I
could
would
not
get
swim.
dehydrated by the time I think.
I could not swim 20 miles. There's no way.
And what you would do is you do where you get on your back, you breathe with your stomach, you just float and you like slowly kick.
Yeah.
But even then, how long would that take you and how would you keep direction and
You grab onto a whale and you start talking to the whale.
Get
then you get a
swallowed
ride.
and then
Yep.
end up in a
Just chill
story
in the
in the
mouth, right?
Bible.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Pinocchio
Yeah.
comes finds you. Your name's
Anyway, I
Geppetto.
don't know why I wanted to rip on that. You brought up Italy, and it just triggered me because I've been having this conversation off weirdly enough at work, and I found that there's quite a few people that kind of identify with that thought process, and a lot of people who don't. And it's very interesting to see the different types.
Yeah.
Mhm.
I guess with where I land on that is I understand and I can relate to it in some aspects, but I can 100% find enjoyment if I'm anywhere that's not home.
Yeah,
Like I'll have
just doing anything.
I'll have
Yeah.
a damn good time in the Caribbean and I'll have a damn good time like at the Grand Canyon,
Yeah.
like there's nowhere I won't have fun, but I definitely understand what you're saying.
I would agree. I say that, like, I do enjoy the beach, but I enjoy it in different ways than I think a lot of people like. I enjoy walking it in the morning, which that's a lot of people like to do that. But like that's
I'm pretty
Yeah,
unique.
that's pretty
you know?
unique.
I just
But-
I
like
like watching sunsets. I know that that's weird, but
it's just me,
but like I enjoy the noise a lot. Like I enjoy the waves beating, and I could totally, if I was exhausted, I could take a nap on the beach, and I would enjoy
Yeah.
it because you're just listening to the white noise of the.
My dad always
Yes.
tells this story of when he was in the Navy and he was stationed in Hawaii. And he was working on a sub and his sub was down or something. So like they basically just let him do whatever he wanted while they were working on it. And so he had like a month of vacation just in Hawaii. He said he got so tan and he used to just like hang out on the beach all the time and he basically became like a bum.
a homeless
And
guy.
then like he got his orders that like the sub was ready and he was like, damn it. And he had to go back and like live on the sub and stuff. But
All super tan. you
yeah,
guys.
but he tells us story all the time. He said he fell asleep on the beach once too, and he like just was covered in burns.
Oh.
All because he
Not
fell,
in the shade.
he
Ooh.
fell asleep for like 4 hours with tanning oil on. So like
Oh.
it just destroyed him. Yeah.
That'll get your
He
ass.
said some old guy was like, "Hey, you might want to wake up, kid." And like
And he's like,
he's like, "Oh God!" He said he sat up and he felt his skin ripping, like when he sat up. How
Oh,
he doesn't
God,
have
I've
skin
never heard
cancer?
that.
Yeah, like
Described that way. This guy was cooked to medium rare.
Yeah.
He had a nice-
He had a good crust
he had a
on
good
him.
skin on him.
Like, what the
oh,
Jesus.
4
man.
hours.
Where can people find us? I mean, we already went. This is an hour and a half.
Yeah.
I don't know how
The
long
other one
first
was like 40 minutes.
Yeah,
So
shit.
They can find us right here on YouTube every Tuesday, 7 p.m. Pacific time. Where sometimes we do one video, sometimes we do two. Sometimes somebody accidentally presses the space button, and maybe that happens.
he's a loser.
But anyways, leave a like, subscribe, comment. Let us know
Right.
what you
Rate it
think.
5 stars.
Rate it 5 stars.
Review ours on Spotify.
Check out
Whatever we wanna
F1.
Yep.
Check out Iron Lung. Check out Starfield if you got Game Pass. Why not?
Resident Evil.
Resident Evil Requiem. 9
Check it all out.
RE9.
All right.
And with that,
Good kitty. You get the
dub. Bye.
bye, guys.